everybody. Welcome to Sundays at 7 with Mary's Craft Room. This is Mary, and tonight I want to show you this adorable card that I did for my catalog launch yesterday using Seaside Bay. I just love it. I love the paper. I love everything that goes with it. And I have to be honest, when I first saw this card, or this stamp set, it didn't throw me, but I am so glad I got it anyway. So it's Seaside Bay. It's new in the mini catalog. And look at all of the dies that come with it. And for this card, we're only going to use 2 of the dies. I didn't want to have it too difficult for them. So we're going to use the weed and the clamshell. So I'm going to set those out for now. And again, this is how I store my dies that go with a stamp set. I put a 5x7 magnetic sheet in there that I order on Amazon. And then I put the paper that comes with the dies on the back, so I know what's supposed to be in there. All right, so we're going to put that aside, and then I've used the stylish shapes. I used the largest square of the stylish shapes. I always like to put a little extra zhuzh on everything, as I say, just a little extra stitching. I just love that. So I did that on the squares, and then for the white base, I just had this thing about just too much plain cardstock, so I used the really cool cascading ruffles embossing folder, and then I did it sideways so it kind of looked like waves. It just gives the card just a little extra texture and a little pop. So I really like that too. All right, and what else did we use? Oh, the paper. Oh my gosh. So here's just 2 of the samples of paper that are in the 6x6 pack that come with the Seaside Bay bundle. Hi Carol. Hi Shar. How are you guys doing tonight? So, and then we also use, let's go through the paper again. Sorry about that. So remember what the paper looks like? This has got some of the prettiest paper. So this one looks like barn board, which we've had in the past, but it's beachy, you know? It looks maybe driftwood or whatever, and it just fits in perfect. And the clams, there's iridescent on there. I know you can see it by me doing that. So pretty, so pretty. And then we've got the back sides. There's gorgeous stuff on the back sides of each. They're two-sided. And this is very pretty. I'll have to do something with that. Can you see the little mother of pearl in there? Isn't that cool? And this could be, I always say I like how the paper does the work. This can be your whole base for your cardstock, and then put stuff on there. You've got the sky and the sand and the water. I mean, it's just gorgeous. And the back side of that I showed you. I love that. And then we've got some like this, and that's got the mother of pearl in there. The back side of that one is just all seashells. Super pretty. Blue wavy looking paper. Cool. And then that's the seashells that I used. And then we've got this one is actually seashell on there, and that is iridescent. And there's another one that is just could be a whole background in and of itself, and you can stamp right on it. You can stamp the weeds on there, the clamshells, whatever you want. That would make a great card too. And then we've got little fishies. Very cool. And then the bird, sandpiper. And then we have, this one's really pretty. The colors are different. And on the back side of that is, oops, I bet you that's not the right one. We already, oh no, that's a different seashell too. And then we've got different looking, not clam, but just a pattern. And then the waves back there. And what else have we got? This one. And we already saw that one. Very abstract looking, and some more beachy guys on there. And I think that's it. So this is one of the prettiest packs of paper. Just love it. You could get this bundle, of course, and get, I did bring my catalog with me, but don't forget right now, this month, we're almost the end of January, but we still have February to go with Celebration and with the joining bonus. So if there's a lot of things you want in there, gosh, guys, you can order $175 of product for just, I'm struggling to get my paper back in, for just $99 and join my team, and you are set to go with some great product and automatically start getting 20% off on your orders. Or if you want the mini stamp cut and emboss that we're going to use in a bit, our cute little boho blue, you do $129 and you still get $175 worth of product. So it is the best time to join. But don't forget out the celebration. I did want to mention one thing. There was let me quick grab my catalog. I need to show you something. So there's a lot of sad people. The St. Patrick's Day set, the punch is gone. They tried to have enough inventory to go for the length of the mini catalog, but this was such a popular set. We've not had a St. Patrick's Day set in the whole time that I've been in here. So this punch is gone and it's not coming back. The bonus is, guys, that this is an easy one to hand cut out. So if you stamp this large clover that would fit in here, you can easily hand stamp it out. And the stamp set itself is still available. Okay, so the stamp set is just $21. And I was going to look up the price for you for the Seaside Bay set. All right, we have, that can be found on page 82 in the back of the catalog, and then also on page 23 with some samples. So that whole bundle is $54. So if you ordered that today, you would get a celebration item, which would be awesome. And page 23 it was on. So let's go look at some of their samples. I actually found my sample, my idea for my sample was on Pinterest. So I took the lady's idea, and I'm sorry I did not grab her name. That's wrong of me. But I took it and did add a little Mary's touches onto it. So here is the whole set. Here you can get the bundle if you like for $87. And in the bundle you are going to get the beautiful gems that we're also going to use tonight, the ribbon, the stamp set, and the paper, all for $87. All right, so let's get on with our card after we've got all of that done. Hi Bonnie, how are you? All right, so let's get started here. I'm going to do 2 of them for you tonight because I just have 2 left over from my event yesterday, and I want to finish them up. All right, so I'm going to take them out. And I have a lot prepped for them when they come to do the classes. I don't want them, they know how to use the cut and emboss, so they may do one piece but not all of them. Like this particular one, I had this embossed already for them because they are going to use the cut and emboss for doing the weeds and the clamshell. So I pick and choose what I want to do. I already have the square cut out, die cut out for them, and this piece embossed. So that's what I choose to do for my crafters. All right, so we're going to get 2 of them going here. All righty. So guys, it's Night of Navy. Let's see what we can do here. And it's our normal 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And yes, I always have them scored for them too. I spoil my crafters and I like it that way. They keep coming back. All right. So we've got this, and then I've got, I'm not going to attach the white just yet. I'm going to put these pieces together. So on this particular one, I cut out, let's measure that for you. My DSP, I have 3 3/4 by 3. And then what I did for layering, because I didn't want it to take away from so much from the white, it's just 1/8 of an inch bigger. That's all I do. Sometimes I do 1/4 of an inch, but on some cases I just do 1/8 because I just want to frame it a little bit. Okay, so I will get both cards going and we will get those together. And it looks like one of the cards might be missing a piece. Oh my goodness. That. It sure is. Sometimes that seems to happen when I have classes. All of a sudden, one piece is missing. Oh no, there's my other one. Sorry about that. I got her. All right. So now we'll just put a little adhesive on here. And we'll attach that piece together. I hope you guys all had a good weekend. If you're from Wisconsin, you probably had a lot of snow like we did. We had 9.5 inches in our yard. So my husband did a whole lot of shoveling and snow blowing today. I did not. I crafted. I had a class. So I had 3 ladies come over, and it was kind of fun. They're ladies that I work with at the hospital, and they got to play with the leftover stuff from the catalog launch yesterday. So they got to pick out what they wanted to do. I didn't prep special cards just for them. All right, so we've got those 2 pieces done. Again, there's my monthly host code if you choose to order. All righty, so now what I want to do is we're going to stamp on our beachy barn boardy looking paper right there, okay? So what we're going to stamp on there is both a sentiment and the sand pieces here. So I used crumb cake, and I love how this stamps out. So we'll open that up. And I need to stand so I can see what I'm doing here. So I just put this at the bottom and off to the side because I'm going to put the clam over top of it. Stamp that. Also, I did that crumb cake on my envelope. So I just did that right on the front of the envelope. This one is a nice clean stamp. And I say that because not always all stamps are nice and clean, and there's just something about this one, it stamps so nice. And then we also do it on the inside of the card. So as long as I've got that stamp going, I also did it on the bottom of the inside. So I'm going to do that right away too, as long as I have it out. And then I can put that away. And there we go. I have my 2 insides. So I can put that away, but I'm going to keep the ink out. All right. So what I did for the weeds now, guys, was I just took, I did it already ahead of time for you. I just took the die and I cut 2 of them out, 1 for each card, with a scrap of crumb cake. Okay, and I am going to, hi Diane, how are you? I-94 was, oh, I bet it was. Diane was at my event yesterday, and the snow held off until about the time she was leaving. And then it started coming down pretty darn good. Oh, I hope your ride was okay. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and I have a thing. My style is, guys, I put a little extra color on sometimes. I don't like to keep just plain cardstock. I like to give it a little extra texture, even if I'm not embossing it, with a little extra color. So I'm going to use our baby embossing brush, or blending brush, with some crumb cake, and just put a little bit more depth into the color of the weed. It looks a little sandy then on there, instead of just plain cardstock. I do that quite often on my projects. I just like to add just a little more. I use the same tone on tone, same color, just gives it a little deeper color. Alrighty, so I'm going to set that up there. Now I can close up my crumb cake and put that away. Okay, next, Mary wants to do, that must be scrap crumb cake. I don't need, oh no, I do need that for the inside. That's right. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is get our clams ready. That's it. That's what I want to do next, ladies. Get the clams ready. Okay. all my paper here. Get everything set aside. And I had a piece of white paper. There it is. Okay. So we're going to stamp 2 clams. And we're going to cut them out with the mini cut and emboss. Okay? And I did these in Night of Navy. And they looked so sharp in this dark color. Nice and dark. I should be able to fit another one on here and be able to cut it out. Oh, that's going to be close. So I'm going to grab another scrap and just do one more on there. Okay, there we go. So now I think I am good with that for just a minute. Now let's get out the mini cut and emboss. And I'm going to take this paper away so it doesn't slide. Now there have been people who've had a little bit of a struggle with the mini cut and emboss. There are some tricks to it sometimes. Sometimes you have to layer them, like this, guys. You have to layer them to get them to slide through. So I'm going to put that in there. And we'll do this one. I'm not sure if that one's going to cut out. I'm going to miss part of it. So we'll just set our little die on top of there. That looks pretty good. Let's get this other one on top of it. And now I'm going to shake the table just a bit, shake the camera. But away we go. So by layering them so they aren't perfectly even on the end, it seems to slide through better. And I apologize to anybody who's got a struggle with it. So there we go. It went off just a little bit, but we'll use it. It's fine. And you can go both ways, back one way. You don't have to always turn around and come back the other way, the same way you came in. All right. Let's try this one, see if I get a little bit better. But that will happen once in a while. Oh, so now I've got them where it's kind of not wanting to slide through. There we go. All right, I am going to start on the other end because I am struggling a little bit. So I'm not going to lie, it can be a little bit tricky sometimes. And like I said, I know a lot of people have been frustrated with it. And the other night, my girlfriend was cutting out all my fireflies for me, and she had absolutely no problem whatsoever. Okay. Come on. One more try. And I am not doing very well, so I am going to put it away and use the big cut and emboss that's right behind me. So I apologize for that, and I will be right back. We're getting it cut out right now, piece of cake. And there we go. I've got 2 of them all cut out for us. Okay, so you know, that's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Yes, Lynn, I had a very good event. It turned out fantastic. I had a great day, lots of good orders, lots of fun with people. We had, Diane was there and we had 10 people. 1 person was sick, so we ended up making her cards for her, and it was all good. A little cold in the basement. I can't seem to get that regulated. So now I believe, guys, we are ready to put everything together. We'll just stamp a sentiment right on here now. So the set comes with several sentiments on it. You are a pearl, rare and precious, heartfelt sympathy, thank you for everything. So I'm going to do tonight, I did happy birthday for yesterday. That was an option for them. I did that from a different stamp set. But today I'm going to do a heartfelt sympathy and a thank you for everything. And we're going to do that in Night of Navy. So I stamped this right on the DSP. There we go. That's nice and clean. And then we have thank you for everything. And we'll see how. And there you go. We've got both of those. Okay. So then, what I would like to do is, I'm going to adhere these, and I used the largest square, and then I just measured it on my trimmer, and then just cut a navy blue, a night of navy, just an 1/8 inch bigger than the largest square. So let's attach those now. And we are almost ready to put this puppy all together. The colors are so pretty. I just love them. And I was almost ready to cancel my event yesterday because we just didn't know what the weather was going to do. And I'm glad I didn't, except Diane had the farthest to travel. And I feel bad that she had to do a little bit of a issue on I-94. Glad you got home safe, that's for sure. All right, so that's where we're at. Remember, this is what the card looks like. We've got most of our bits and pieces together. On the inside layer, that's going to go on crumb cake. So this one, the inside layer, guys, is a 5 by 3 3/4, and the crumb cake is 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, so it goes like that. So I am going to put yet another clam shell on there on the bottom because I like them together so well. Isn't that cute? And then we'll do this one. Here we go. Now, for the sympathy card, I won't put a sentiment in there. I'll just handwrite in it. But for the thank you one, I'm going to put, you are a pearl, rare and precious. There we go. Just fine. All right, so let's attach those, the insides, to their layers. And I just can't tell you enough how much I love this color combo. Crumb cake and the night of navy is just a pretty one together. This whole set is really pretty. And wait till we put the pearls on. Those are amazing too. So those of you that know that I had foot surgery, ankle surgery, it is doing fantastic, and oh, I have to go back to work Wednesday. It's time. I've had a full month off, and it's all healed up nice thanks to Dr. Yagi in Watertown, and it is time to go back. There we go. There's the inside of that one. Am I disappointed? Yes. I don't want to go back. I love all my crafting. But that's what you got to do. But I will be retiring this year in August, so that will be good. I've got less than 7 months to go. And then I'll be crafting up a storm. All right, let's center this one on here. And then we'll put that on the inside of this one. So what do you think, guys? Is this a good card for the use of this paper and stamp set? Something you might like to make? Well, Diane, I know you made it, so that's good. All right, now we have that on there. So now what we're going to do, you'll see I did a white, or I did that fun ribbon around here, but first I taped this piece down. I placed that on the white, then I put the ribbon around and I put that on the card. So we'll do that next. That one and that one. And there we go. We'll do that and we'll put that there. I think I'm going to have to take this off. I kind of crunched it before. Took a clam with it there. All right. So we will put this on down onto our white ruffled paper. And all I did was put like, oh, I don't know, a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch border around it. Do that. Okay, now let's get this here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is when I do my ribbons like this, I give them a longer piece and a shorter piece. And you'll put the longer piece going across like this, and I will put a little tape back here. All right, so I put this one about here, and I get it taped down. And then when I'm all done, then I'll take the shorter piece and I'll slide it in there and tie a knot with it. This one's a little loose, so I want to fix that. There we go. So now I'm going to tape this down right away. Then I'll always put a little extra tape where I put that ribbon on so it stays. Okay. We'll set that right on there and do the other one. Coming along really good. Okay, so now and I'm looking, I only see one short piece. So we'll have to find another one after my video. That will be fine. Things have a tendency to fall out. Okay. And you'll see on this ribbon, I find one side is just a bit darker than the other. So there is a right and a wrong side of that ribbon. The blue on there is just really pretty. It really adds a little subtle touch to it. It's just a very sheer, easy to work with ribbon and just adds a tiny bit of color on there. Okay. Let's put a little more tape on here. Okay, and then we'll get that here. Center that on the front. Okay. Now let's finish up these pieces. So what I chose to do was I glued these down. My little weeds. So I just put a little bit of liquid glue on there. Just a little is all it needed. And I put it right about here because I knew the clamshell was going to go on top of it. So I'll just put it like that. Do the second one. And you can use whatever adhesive works best for you. You could do a glue dot, you could do just your tape, whatever you want. Now let's take some dimensionals and put them on the clamshell. So I put three of them on there. I want to make sure that it is sturdy and kind of level. I don't like to put just one and then it kind of is wonky and wobbly on the card. Let's take those off. And this sits down right here. All right, and then let's do the other one. Put that one down there. And some of the people in class, they actually, you know how I took brown on the crumb cake on there? Some of them took a little extra crumb cake and put it on there too. And here it looks like I could have come out just a little bit farther, but it's still pretty. It's all good. All right, this one has to be the thank you one. I'll make sure I get those right. That one is there. And now we're going to put dimensionals on the back of this piece. I'll put 5 of them on. 1 on each corner and 1 in the middle. Okay. Get all of our little dots off. Okay. And then I just staggered this just a little bit. Just like that. Okay. And I'm going to take the one piece that I have already for you, and we'll take it and I just tie it in a knot. Like that. Take my scissors and give it a little angle cut on the edges. It's very fine. So sometimes it gets a little crooked on me, but it's good. Okay. And last but not least for this card, we'll put on our bling, and this one is done. So we're going to use our flat-headed adhesive backed pearls, mother of pearl. So pretty, so glittery. I just love them. They're so pretty on here. And we're going to put the big one, of course, right in the middle of the clamshell. And then we'll take a couple of the little ones and scatter them around. We'll put one down here where there's a space, and another one right up here. And then my thank you for everything card is complete. All done. What do you think? All right, now let's just almost finish up the heartfelt sympathy one. And I'll finish the ribbon when we're done. So we've got this all set, and now we can put this on with our dimensionals. It's cold by you, Carol? Yeah, it's supposed to be cold all week here. My husband said it's chilly weather, so tomorrow he's making us a big pot of chili, so I'll have good leftovers to take back to work when I go Wednesday. Tonight we had fried fish. He is an ice fisherman, and I have been just enjoying quite a few meals of fried fish. And he's great at filleting them, no bones. So it is a very good treat. And I only have it in the winter. He doesn't do a lot of summer fishing. All right, let's go down there. And one last one up here. And then look at that beautiful with heartfelt sympathy card. So I'll just add my little ribbon that I find after I'm done with this. And I am all set. So I've got 2 of them, and it did not take that long. Little basic layout, and you are good to go. I hope you enjoyed these tonight as much as I enjoyed showing them to you. And as always, I really appreciate you watching me. If you have any questions about anything, please feel free to message me. So have a great week. Wish me luck going back to work. And take care, everybody. Stay warm. And happy crafting. There we go. Okay.